Hi, my name's Jodi. I'm 51 years old, and this is my abortion story. I've been pregnant 6 times. I have experienced abortion 2 times. I was 15 when I had my first one, and 20 when I had the second one. The first abortion was the hardest. I loved my boyfriend. We were together all through high school, and he wanted to have a baseball career, so he really pressured me to make the decision. My mother also pressured me because I was supposedly going to be the only one of her kids that went to college. My parents drove me to the abortion clinic, which was in Cleveland, Ohio. I remember having to fast the night before just for the anesthesia the next day. I literally have no memory of the procedure. I just remember waking up and feeling really empty and violated. My lower abdomen, it felt very raw and just very crampy. I think I was about 6 to 8 weeks pregnant. I don't remember much about the clinic, except I just felt like a number, not a person, not important. The one thing I do remember is the smell of the old building. Recently, I went into a doctor's office for an appointment, and I walked into a room. It triggered me in that room. The smell of the old building had a similar weird, stale medicinal odor. It just stopped me in my tracks. I had a moment of feeling like I was frozen in time. Tears began to stream down my face, and then I realized where I was. Thank goodness my husband was with me. He helped me to calm down. He has walked with me through this long healing journey over many years. I also realized that day that I was able to pause and allow the peaceful whisper of the Lord to come over me. Just to remind me, that all my shame, all my guilt was gone. Honestly, this also has to do with Bible study, the retreat, and the beautiful space that Tori and the other ladies have created for me and others to continue to heal. I have a memory of laying on my bed, just crying and regretting what I had done. I've always loved babies. All my siblings are older than me, and I had been changing diapers, babysitting, since I was 7 years old. I was super young when I started taking care of babies. And I just remember that day feeling robbed. It felt like someone just stole from me. My second abortion was with the same guy, I think. He did pay for it. I was living in an apartment with my son. He was 18 months old at the time, and I was allowing the old boyfriend and the biological father of my son to just come and go as they pleased. I just wanted to be loved. I guess I didn't value myself very much at that point in my life. I was scared. I didn't know who the father was, and it was very irresponsible. I did forget to fast the night before this abortion. They said I had to be awake or I had to come in and reschedule, and I just chose to be awake. The experience was absolutely horrific. I heard the sound of the vacuum suck my baby out of my body. I would never want anyone to experience that sound. I wish someone would have said, please don't do this, we'll help you. Don't be afraid, don't be ashamed, but that's not our culture. It's not our culture at large. My body, my choice. The experience of abortion regret really has greatly impacted my life. For so many years, I never could understand why this dark grief would come over me a week before Mother's Day. I had 3 incredible kids, so why was I so sad? I was crippled with constant fear of my kids getting hurt or dying, every time they were out of my sight. So things like that were constantly happening over all these years. After attending the retreat, I was able to name my babies and release them to the Lord. The Bible study and the retreat, they are so life-changing. I do thank God for this ministry. It's such a safe place for the hearts of those seeking help and healing. I would have to say the most special moment I had at the retreat was writing to my daughters and watching the lanterns go up in the sky. Yeah, this brought me so much healing. Not Forgotten Ministry is like family to me. Even though I live hundreds of miles away, I can message any one of these ladies, and if I'm going through anything, I know that I have support for what I need in that moment. Also, I just want to say, being able to tell my story after this many years, 35 plus, has brought me more confidence. It's brought me more confirmation in what God has already put on my heart. I knew for a long time that I was called to help other women, and I know that my babies' lives will not be in vain. During the Bible study, we have a prompt that we do to write a letter to our babies. And I would just love to share with you a letter that I wrote to my daughters, Joy and Serenity. Hey, sweet babies, Mommy loves you so much. I want the world to know you exist because you and we have a story to tell. And I want to tell it. I was scared back then, but that's no excuse. I know now I am forgiven and that you love me. I have so many things I want to do to bless others through our story. I want to write songs that will help other moms and dads heal. I desire to make a difference so that your few weeks of life in my womb was not in vain. I want to make you proud. I want to dance with you, Joy, and I want to listen to your heart, Serenity. I love you both. Love, Mommy. Thank you for listening to our story.